Welcome to the Step Back Phone Conversations Eventually podcast. Yeah, Step Back Radio, however you want to call it. We talking b-ball today. We're going to have a conversation about James Harden. Yeah, in the flesh, the man, the step back man himself is trying to look for a trade. We've been talking about it for weeks. Everyone in all the basketball has b-ball is about to start on Tuesday. And now we got this work with James Harden trying to get himself moved to another team. And in my head, I got to ask the question and have a conversation to myself. When a team offers you a max contract of $50 million, I know you've been there forever, because there's this forever talk in my head. You got to put yourself in this man's shoes. And James Harden's been with the Rockets for a while. And there's always a conversation about change the scenery. Just change it up. Change the narrative. You've been there forever. You tried forever. Let's get something else done. But when that team, every year, they've tried to bring somebody to play with James Harden to give themselves a chance at a championship, a Western Conference championship. And they fell short a couple years, man. It just is what it is, man. Bron Mania, you're not stopping that. Then you had Steph Mania, right? That other year with the Warriors. It's just tough goings, brother. It doesn't get easier on another team. Right? Everyone's trying to jump to the East like it's going to be easier. I've seen Westbrook, ecstatic at his new position or new opportunity on the West side. But, the problem is just because you leave a coast doesn't change the narrative on how easy it is to get there. It's still about your situation. So this is my heartfelt conversation about the Rockets. Let's go in depth. Yeah, this is Mikey B from Off Work Sports. I got some old videos. I mentioned that because I got videos there talking about Harden, talking about the Rockets and the moves they made. I'm going to take a peek to the right-hand side and check out my depth chart and just put this situation in perspective. Like, where are you really going to go right now? Because honestly, Brooklyn Nets doesn't make sense to me. Why would I trade for James Harden? I got Spencer Dinwiddie. I got Karis LeVert. Younger guys, by the way. Combined, I think they averaged 37 points per game to combine an efficient 37 points per game. Then you add in a Joe Harris. I'm mentioning those guys because more than likely you would have to part with two of those guys in order to make the James Harden trade happen. Is James Harden a spot-up three-point shooter? He's a volume shooter. He is this generation's Allen Iverson at the end of the day. James Harden is this generation's, or my generation, or excuse me, these new kids' generation's Allen Iverson. And guess what? Allen went to the championship once with a team that, no offense, I think he was probably the only scorer. So he was green light. I mean, there's some guys with green light. He was like green light. I mean, that's just how it is. I'm trying to get the look up because the light's killing me. Let's get into the roster, man. Let's see what we got. So you telling me the trades made over the past couple weeks. You add on John Wall. I seen John Wall last two games. He looking crazy. He's back. I mean, we know how the injuries go. We know it takes time for them to recover. But the guy's back. The guy looks sick out here. He's putting in work, all right? John Wall looks great, okay? So you got that factor. Now you add on, why not, Kentucky Parade, John Calipari Parade. You add back on Mr. Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins, probably a couple years back, maybe one of the tops, if not the top center in the NBA. I said it here, yeah. I'm that guy. I'm a prediction guy, man. I can't hoop. I can't do nothing. Nah. You see me in the video in the beginning, my intro. But I know how to look at a player. I know how to analyze him. And I can tell you what his potential is. All right? It's all about them. DeMarcus Cousins is a dog offensively when given the ball. From the outside in, he was you know what? What Jokic is from a passing perspective, DeMarcus Cousins was from an offensive perspective. There was really nothing that could stop him at his size with that handle, that mobility, those feet work. Difficult to guard. So you add him on here. Couple games in preseason, he's looking pretty good. He's looking good with Wall, okay? So, you go into the clubs and the strip clubs and all that stuff. And by the way, $50 million on the line. Let's narrow it down again. $50 million, I don't know, 4 years or something like that, something crazy. $50 million. $50 million in the best situation that you'll be in. Now let's continue on. James Harden wants the ball in the hand. John Wall wants the ball in the hand. Is there enough balls to go around? Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So let's go. Let's figure it out. We got John Wall. Now you need some shooters around these guys because you know they're gonna hog the ball for most of the game. You can have three guys that are ball dominant on a team in this NBA. You're gonna be scoring in the high 90s to lower hundreds every game. Okay, you can do that. I mean, shouldn't be a problem. It's a freaking NBA. But you need to surround yourself with guys that can bing, shoot the 3-point shot. He has Ben McLemore, a recovered Gerald Green, who both are shooting the lights out of the ball in the summertime. Add on to it Eric Gordon. And keep looking to the side because the roster's there. Okay? Eric Gordon's there. Okay? So Nwaba comes over from a defensive perspective. Okay? Nicely loaded at the shooting guard slot. Some of those guys can rotate over into the small forward slot as well. Let's get there because the way they play it, Gordon plays the small ball, remember? They may continue that. And you coaching, that's really not going to try to change the system too much. It's going to let them run, right? So you add on Daniel House Jr. and Eric Gordon, who also he does play a small forward spot, believe it or not. Ben McLemore, right? They just drafted Kenyon Martin Jr. Let's see what he brings to the table. And then Jason Tate. I mean, I like this lineup. I mean, it's not stellar. It's not incredible. But you got your role players set. I mean, you could definitely upgrade that position, and it's upgradable. There's available players and free agents that can help out at the small forward position. Speaking of which, where's Michael Beasley? Yeah, I'm one of them ones. I like Mike Beasley right now, man. I'm one of them ones. I hear you, Beasley. I'm going to shout you out as much as I can, brother. Let's continue on. You got that kind of talent out there that you can go grab to help out and try a little bit of upgrade, a little bit more size to the small forward position. Daniel House Jr. is back, right? No, caused a situation last year. It is what it is. Things happen. I mean, he went out, he did the same thing you just did when he went to the strip club. So let's come back in and look at the power forward position. PJ Tucker's there, okay? The argument's going to be, well, I was in the strip club. Season hasn't started yet. I get it. Peace. Whatever. All right, so PJ Tucker, power forward position, okay? Then you got Bruno Caballero. That's another position that I would say needs some help. It's not enough, okay? There is available help out there. There is moves that this team can make to add on power forward help right away, right in free agency. I was the guy tooting Kenneth Faried's horn forever. I don't know what happened to Kenneth Faried. I have no clue. He was a perfect match for the Rockets. He was doing well. He was helping the team win. Suddenly, he's off the team. No longer seen the NBA. I don't know if there's demons in him or something. I'm a Jersey guy. Shout out to Jersey Elizabeth. So, it is what it is. I'm always going to support Jersey guy. I'm going to be biased to that no matter what. That was a guy he could have picked up. There's guys like Marquise Chris, probably stealable from the Golden State Warriors and Beasley. There's a couple steal guys you can grab away and no one would nod their head. Naz Reid out of Minnesota. There's several power forwards that you could go get to fill in this slot to make it a little bit better from the second unit. Even though PJ Tucker does the job well, I think you need a little bit more size there, a little bit more athleticism. Okay? Now, the final position is the center position where you have, not only do you have DeMarcus Cousins, you probably have the steal of the summertime, a guy who I thought should have been playing for the Pistons and should have got a new contract, Christian Wood. Yeah, Wood's in the house and Wood is balling right now. So you explain to me how Christian Wood is not somebody that you look to as, I'll give you this. He's just coming along for guys that are not noticing. I know he's coming from the Detroit Pistons team. I understand that. Harden may go, he's not proven. These last few preseason games, the season he had last year, if you don't believe that, believe the preseason games, he's looking damn good. He's athletic, he's long, he's tall. right? To add on that, you got the dual role. He's defensive minded as well. So now you got a shot blocker, a playmaker, a potential all-star. When I say potential all-star, the all-star ranking is stacked right now. It's tough to get in there. But you add that on, and you're scratching your head. Harden, you're going to gut the Nets. Whatever team you're going to go to, you're going to gut them. So I heard 76ers was another possibility. I'm going to end this real quick. 76ers. You know what? Matter of fact, let me do this real quick, right? Let me go to the 76ers roster. Let's figure out what we got with the Philadelphia 76ers, because you're going to have to do away with Ben Simmons, right? From a roster perspective, right? Right? You're going to have to give him away, right? Right? So you lose that aspect of a guy that doesn't really necessarily need to shoot, but needs the ball in his hand, right? So let's go through it. Ben Simmons is going to go. And I tell you what, I'm not going to lie to you. John Wall may like Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons may slide in perfectly to the lack thereof of the small forward position on the Houston Rockets. Houston Rockets may end up better off in the power forward position. That is the perfect match for both teams. Okay? Just as good as Westbrook and Wall, because that was a tremendous trade for both teams. Both teams won. You have Ben Simmons at the power force running around with Wall. I think the Houston Rockets are ready, but what are you going to? Joel Embiid? You got Seth Curry on the outside. You got Danny Green, Dwight Howard, Tobias Harris. Those guys are spot-up shooters. I can see your role there, but then you're dead. Isaiah Joe was drafted. They got in Terrence Ferguson, right? Paul Reed, another draftee. Justin Anderson, I believe, looks like he's made the team. You know, a couple guys, Mikey Scott, Victor Poirier. Okay, and these guys not all these guys may make the team. It's not better than what you had over in Houston with John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, and Christian Wood. The big two here are Tobias Harris and Joel Embiid, right? Because you're not going to have Simmons. You at least got 3 gunners on that side. 2 former all-stars. Yeah, strip club conversations. Yeah, that's right. Conversations with Harden right now. Think through your moves. Yeah, I'm a nobody and probably not going to see this video. But I'm the predictor of predictors. The Nostradamus of the B-ball. Right now, I'm telling Harden, stay where you're at. It is the best situation for you. Even the weather is the best situation for you, man. Think through. If I'm the Sixers and Harden is the place where I need to go, Rockets take the trade, because Ben Simmons actually slots in perfectly to what you're trying to do with the Houston Rockets. You can add on some more shooters. You got Wall there. Dangerous proposition. I'm going to sign off here, stepping back, 13 minutes long. My passenger conversation on my conversations to Harden. Yeah. Step back, bro. Step back. Let it be. I'm out. Peace.